This was a war America never thought it would actually see. Politics broke down, and the country shifted to survival. Before the war, the states were more alliance than nation. One flag, but completely different rules and futures. The North grew on factories, cities, banks, and railroads. The South ran on land, cotton, and enslaved people. Slavery wasn't some detail, it was the profit engine. Every new state threatened to tip the balance in Congress. Compromises kept the peace, while making the blast bigger. By the late 1850s, compromise felt more like a bandage. Papers piled higher, and so did the cracks underneath. The country looked whole from outside, but the line was near. In 1850, a new law forced the North to hunt enslaved people. Kansas, Nebraska in 1854. Violence replaced the ballot box. Dred Scott, 1857. The court said black people had no rights. John Brown in 1859. A raid, and the nation heard war's trigger. Still, many believed war was impossible in their country. Politicians were used to putting out fires with words, but now every deal felt like betrayal to someone. Streets looked normal, yet conversations turned colder. People argued states' rights while treating humans as property. The 1860 election felt like the point where there's no back. Many still thought it'd be a short crisis, not a war. Cities heard the rumors and hid fear behind politeness. Even as it darkened, people told themselves, "It'll pass," but the nation stood on the edge and couldn't see to drop. Southern states began leaving. Secession became real. In Charleston Harbor stood a Union symbol, Fort Sumter. For the Confederacy, it's provocation. For the Union, a line. April 1861. Artillery fire turned politics into war. Shelling lasts for hours. Few deaths, yet no way back. Inside, smoke and waiting. Outside, crowds and flags. When the fort surrenders, compromise dies in public view. And America suddenly realizes this will be long and brutal. Then mobilization, lines, oaths. We'll be home by summer. The first big battle shatters that romance in one day. Armies grow faster than generals can learn to command them. War becomes machinery, camps, disease, mud, shortages. Soldiers, yesterday's farmers and workers, become infantry. Supply lines start to matter more than heroic speeches. Battlefields leave behind not glory, just dead silence. The war drags on, more exhaustion now than any duel. Railroads feed the front, moving armies like arteries. The telegraph shrinks the country, orders outrun horses. Decisions move faster, so do mistakes. The cost keeps rising. In headquarters, arrows look like a game. On the ground, no, the land changes. Trenches, craters, broken fences, silence. War reaches civilians. Towns and farms now live under it. Month by month it becomes clearer. This is total war. And ahead lies the decision that will change the war's purpose. Then came Antietam in '62, the bloodiest day, a chance to pivot. Lincoln waits for a win so emancipation won't look desperate. In 1863 came the Proclamation. Now it's about freedom, not just union. It shifts the world. Europe can't openly back the Confederacy. Early on, the South looked dangerous. Home ground, home pace. Many officers were more experienced, and they fought hard. But command can't replace factories. War is also production. The South had fewer factories, rails, weapons, money, ships. The blockade chokes the ports. Cotton diplomacy fails. Resources melt away. Each loss becomes harder to replace. Meanwhile, the North can refill armies and learn from losses. Commanders realize not bravery, but scale decides this. Emancipation opens the door. Black soldiers join the Union ranks. Not just troops, a signal that there's no going back now. The war becomes attrition. In attrition, the economy wins. The South still holds, yet feels the ground slipping away. Front lines harden. Victory becomes who breaks first. Then the North targets not just armies, the system itself. Gettysburg in '63, 3 days, and the Confederate surge breaks. That same summer, Vicksburg falls. The Union splits the South in two. By 1864, Sherman marches to the sea. War hits the home front. It's brutal and effective. The ability to fight collapses. By 1864, both sides are exhausted, but resources aren't equal. Soldiers learn victory isn't a flag, it's the last loaf of bread. Cities and rails become targets, just like guns on the field. Talks fail, because the question now is, will the Union exist? Battlefields become geography of loss, not triumph anymore. Ruin spread faster than hope, and everyone feels it now. Even peaceful streets sound different. Silence grows heavy. Flags still fly. But the country will never be before again. After the war, the illusion dies. States can't just leave. Federal power becomes real force, not just an idea anymore. The map is one again, but now life follows new rules. Freedom arrives on paper faster than in daily life. The South is poorer, the North richer. The gap doesn't vanish. People try to move on, but memory refuses to let go. The war delivered freedom. Equality became the next fight. Reconstruction starts as hope, then turns into battlefield. The 13th Amendment abolishes slavery, a historic turning point. The 14th promises citizenship. In practice, resistance, loopholes. The 15th grants voting rights. Violence and fear steal them. The war's echo still lives in U.S. politics, like an open nerve. The Civil War left no simple, clean answers behind. It showed the true price of keeping a nation united. Hundreds of thousands dead, millions of lives shattered around. Victory didn't bring instant healing. It brought consequences. But after 1865, there was no path back for America. The nation grew stronger, yet contradictions remained. That's why this war isn't past. It's a shadow that follows. Understand this war, and you understand America. America Explained.